Hi everyone, it's Andrew of Alkaline Designs, and I'm back with part 2 of this start to finish hybrid design. Here we are going to be building the stone settings and the foundation for this whole piece. This is one of the most important parts of building a design. Starting off with the bezel for the amethyst setting in the bottom of the pendant. I'm just going to take that bezel and form it around the stone to the best of my ability. These strip bezels are great from Rio Grande because you can just cut off the section that you need and then make all of the minor adjustments until it is in the shape of the stone that you're wanting to set within it. It's pretty easily manipulated. It's not like super hard or anything like that, so you can shape it into any design or size that you need. Once you have it in the shape and you've clipped off your extras, you're ready to proceed on. Starting to get those final bends in place, and you always want to triple check that the stone fits in there. You want the wire or the metal to be as snug to the edge of the stone as possible. You don't want any light seeping through between the stone and the metal because you want the metal to basically just be touching the stone and then to be pushed over the stone for the final setting. So now we're going to start our outline for the whole foundation of the piece. I'm just going to draw out the shape that I'm going to want my sheet metal to be cut in to build the foundation for this pendant. I'm just using a black pen over my drawing to outline the design. Once you have that drawn out, you're ready to take your transfer paper. You can find this, on Rio Grande or, a transfer paper from a local art shop. It's sticky on the back but see-through, so that way you can draw your design onto the top part and then transfer that over to the silver piece. You can also use this transfer paper in other ways to directly pull your design and to place it onto the metal as well. Once you have that all drawn out, you're ready to take your transfer paper over to your sheet metal and to start sawing out the shape that you need for your piece. Once you have this on your sheet metal where you want it to go, I recommend putting it on a place where you'll have as little extra cutoff as possible. You're going to want to conserve your material as best to your ability, so you don't want to just put this in the middle where you're going to be cutting off two wonky pieces on the side. You're going to want to put this somewhere where you can still have somewhat of an edge to work with on that other side of sheet metal after you cut this section out. That's just what I find to be the best way to preserve the amount of sheet metal that you have on your bench, because if you just start slapping these randomly on there, you're going to end up with a lot of awkward pieces of silver that you can't really use. Now, I do end up using those awkward random points that are oddly shaped for like details on the backside of pendants, but you don't want to have an entire bin full of these odd scraps that you're constantly trying to find projects to use them for. So definitely place this on a part of the sheet metal that you can cut out and leave as much of a workable space as possible. Once you have that cut out, you're ready to remove your paper and any other edges. Just go ahead and saw off those final edges and you can take your paper off. Once you've got your shape cut out of the sheet metal, then you're ready to take this to the soldering station and fuse your bezel to it. I'm not going to show you this process because I show my soldering process a lot on this channel, so if you're needing some more help with the soldering, go search through my posts and find the soldering videos. There's a bunch of them out there, and there will be some soldering references at the end of this video as well. So once you have that all shaped together, you can take some files and take down your rough edges and shape it into the style that you need, and also make sure there's no sharp edges on this side of the piece. So now, taking just a little drill on my Fordham, I'm just going to drill a hole right through the center of this, so that way I can feed my saw blade through that tiny little hole, attach the saw blade back to my handle, and then cut out the center portion of this setting, so that way we have a nice seat for the amethyst to sit in this piece. I'm just going to saw around, leaving about 2 millimeters worth of material on the outside edge. Now, depending on the stone that you're using, if it has a bigger or a smaller, opening on the bottom, it will need a larger or wider opening. So cut your opening to the shape and the size and the depth that you need. I didn't want a lot of the stone to be sitting out of the back of this, and so I just left a little window open so that way light can pass through to the back of the stone. Using my files to fine-tune that edge on the inside to make sure that we have a nice smooth edge, so that way there's no sharp bits, and it's a nice clean looking line to allow the light through the back. After you've filed down those edges, you're ready to move on to the next part, which is putting on your final stone setting. And now this is my soldering station. You can find these honeycomb blocks on Rio. I have their item number listed in some of my other soldering tutorials. So again, if you're needing more help with this process, go to the search bar and type in soldering, and that will pull up all of the videos on Patreon. If you're on YouTube, you're just going to have to search soldering Valk 9, and that should pull up all of the videos for you. So now that this is held in place, I've applied my flux, which is what I was applying with the brush, using my little titanium poker to just push this right where I need it to. Adding some heat, and as you can see, I'm not holding the heat in one spot specifically. You want to keep your flame moving all over the piece. You want to heat the piece evenly throughout. If you put too much heat in one portion, you might melt part of the pendant and then have to start all over. So you want to be careful in this process. Again, if you're needing some more guidance with this process, look up my soldering videos. There's a bunch of them on the channel. I cover this topic a lot. Using some I used medium solder to fuse this all together. The difference between easy, medium, and hard solder is just the temperature at which they melt to fuse to the silver. The medium is like, I don't know the exact temperature, but it's, a higher temperature than the easy solder. So you're going to want to use your base components with the medium solder, and then like the outer detailing, you can use an easy that will melt at a lower temperature, so your medium solder isn't moving around on the piece. After you've soldered this together, drop it in your water, and then now we have built the foundation for this piece. In the next coming videos, we will be adding detailing, we will be adding some layers to the back, some engraving, and our hallmarks, and the other stones as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to go over anything more specifically, please feel free to message me. For my Patreon members, if you're on YouTube, you've got to join Patreon to request content. So that's just how it goes. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you are looking forward to the next part that will be released next week. Thank you so much, and have a great day.